Hi crafters, it's me Jen Evers, Quality Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how to get these bright pretty colors on your black cardstock. Some people call it black magic, other people have different terms for it. You basically just need, let me see if I can find my cover here, some kind of a white ink. I'm using Stays On Opaque because that's what I have. Any kind of a solid stamp. You can do intricate stamps too, but the solid ones turn out the best. Ink it up and then stamp it wherever you want it to show up on your black cardstock. Okay, and then before it dries, you take your Q-tip. I'm using Q-tips because I figure that's something everyone has a bunch of laying around. And you dab it on. If you go back and forth with your chalks to make sure there's a lot of powder on there and dab it on, you'll get the hang of how much chalk you really need to get that color to show up really vibrantly. If you don't put on as much, of course, then it will be a lot more subtle of color. I'm just going to go ahead and use several different ones. I'm going to color this in. Of course, if you want them all the same color, go for it. Do whatever colors make you happy. If you have a white, whatever kind of white that you're using, if it's a quick dry ink, then you will have to move pretty quickly. So that is completely up to you. I did his body black, which black on black is, you don't notice it as much. But when you get done with it, you want to tap off the chalk, maybe blow it off. And what I like to do is take a little piece of my toilet paper that I keep on hand in my crafty room, and I like to just go right over the top of it and wipe the excess off. I've heard that an eraser will take that off as well. But you get kind of a halo effect if you use a lot of chalk. So that's it. That's a short video on how to get some really cool colors to pop on top of your black cardstock. Another little quick tip I have before I go is that if you're going to do this as a card front, the way I have, you want to make sure that you take some of your images and stamp them as if they're going off the paper. Not fully completely on, because that'll give your paper a lot more of a flow. It'll look like it was cut from a larger sheet and like they were always meant to be there. And that way it won't look awkward or out of place when you're doing your card fronts that way. Go ahead and give you one more example. Color him in. Let's see, add a little bit of red. Whatever colors you like. There's no wrong or right. The less of a halo effect that like if you're really particular about having things, if you have a little bit of OCD and you want things real perfect, don't put as much chalk on when you pounce, because then you won't have as much of a halo effect of that extra chalk laying on your black paper. I like that one. That one turned out really pretty. But as you can tell, if you go ahead and just continue and fill up the full sheet, it has a really stunning effect. To set these, you can go over the top of them with a Mod Podge, or I've heard people will spray them with hairspray, especially if you're not concerned about the acid free, or if you're just giving it as a card and they're not going to keep it forever. That will totally keep these things in place. But I don't think you need to really set them in any fashion if you don't want to, if it's going to be underneath a protective coating like as on a scrapbook page. But that's completely up to you. I just wanted to share that quick technique, and I will see you next video. Thanks!